we've gained a few things now. My car is alive. We now have billet thermostat caps for our car, the Autozam AZ-1 Suzuki Cara. It's no longer discontinued because I have them now. There's a few available if you guys need one. There's no performance upgrade or anything. It's just shiny and cool. I mean, you only need it if yours is cracked or damaged for some reason, or if you just want shiny things and you want to buy something. I'll show you how to install this thermostat cap. I'll also show you how to install the fan switch if you actually need to do that. It's a pretty easy job to do. And I'll just drive around and test out the Navic radiator. I'll do a proper test, kind of like watching more temperatures in a bit. But for now, I'm just trying to figure out if the car is actually okay. All right, everybody. It's been a little bit more than a week since I sent my crack pipe off to get fixed, or redone, actually. This is the setup piece I received from Nick at NDI Machine in Connecticut. This is the crack pipe he was able to generate off of mine. So after I confirmed it was fine, he sent me another one, and this one has my sensor in it, and it actually goes in properly. We can take a closer look at it right here. It is so shiny. This is 6061, just billet aluminum, and it was just milled out to just be like the original one. I don't have the original one here. I think he's holding on to that for now. Let's put this back in. This part's hard to show you guys. I'm going to show you what I can. This is the fan switch, and it goes into this thermostat cap. I believe this turns on at like 95 Celsius or something like that. So when the coolant leaving the thermostat hits 95 Celsius, it tells the fan to come on the radiator. There's an O-ring that seals this. It looks okay. I'm just going to reuse it for now. I don't have an O-ring handy. It seals on the outside right here, the concave part on the thread. So just kind of push this in. I need to tighten this with a wrench. I just tightened this. I'm not sure how you could over tighten this. It literally bottoms out and you can't mess it up. Make sure your thermostat's on properly. And it feels like it. It's not moving up and down. Seems to have fixed itself there now. And then make sure the gasket's on there. Now slip this guy over. There we go. Perfectly shiny. I gotta make sure I don't lose any of the stuff because, once again, all this stuff has been taking me a long time to work on, and I'm not really good with organization. So here's one of the nuts. Gotta make sure where find the other nut. Gotta put this bracket back over it. There it is right there. I put the nut with the ground wire on there. Everything seems to be lining up properly. I'm gonna tighten that thing together so I can put the bracket back onto this other bracket. I'm gonna tighten a few things on the car and try to refill and hope it doesn't leak. When you tighten this thing, make sure you do it evenly on both sides so you don't kind of warp it, crack it, break it, whatever. I don't think this one will particularly break from that, but you want to bring these things down evenly. So I'm gonna do a little bit on this side. And then I'm gonna go back outside. This would have been much easier if the engine was actually out, but this is what it is. This is what I got. I took this off. I don't quite remember. Oh, I remember. I was investigating the oil leak I had. I thought it was the oil, the turbo oil feed that's down there, but it turns out it was actually my cam housings. That's right, Patrick. Cam housings. Are you happy now? Valve covers, cam housings, same thing. All right, put this back. Oh, and that's why I have to loosen this thing too. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. For some reason, one of these bolts were down there. I'm gonna have to go get that. So I'm just gonna tighten this one here. The left one is snapped off, so it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tighten this thing back down too. Make sure you do it evenly. I'm also going to tighten the radiator brackets and stuff because I remember I loosened them to try to adjust them a little bit. I was investigating why my cover doesn't fit properly up there. I mean, it's close, so maybe it just needs to be, it's a little warped or something, I don't know. All right, let's try. Same thing right there, there's a bracket here, bracket on that side. two 12mm bolts on both sides and just tighten the thing up and you're ready to go. All tight. Now to get this stuff out of here, I got a AZ-1 intake right there and a cappuccino intake. I'm still working on my truck. And then lower the car back down and try to refill and then go for a test drive. I also got to put the fan switch plug back in. I actually lost this bolt, so this will have to do with just one. I don't know. This might actually, oh, wait, what? So this, okay, this doesn't go there. Okay, I'll figure something out here, but I'm gonna put that hose back in first. You can see the hose has been reattached. It's perfectly on there. The fan switch is attached, and I also switched the bolt on the heat shield. I am missing a bolt. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about that. It should be fine now. At least doesn't rattle and it doesn't try to come off, because it looks like this has rotted away or something, or it needs a washer to hold that down. My shifter cable was removed. I gotta put this back. But I definitely lost my my pieces that go to this, but luckily I make and sell this stuff, so I have extras. Imagine that. Good as new. Now finally, for the main event, again, I'm gonna fill this back up and try not to make a mess. I'm gonna make a mess. Oh, awesome. You didn't see me do it. You probably heard it though. I took the bleeder screw out of the throttle body here and it let a whole air pocket out. And then it sucked some coolant down this tube. So I'm gonna leave that out a little bit. Some coolant did fly out of there, so I did lose a little bit. All right. Spilling a bunch of coolant, but that definitely looks like it's bled. Put this back in. I have to hose off the car again, but this looks promising. I'm a dumbass. It's wet back there. Guess what? Can you see that? You see that water droplet forming right on the sensor? It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. It's gonna drip. Oh, there it goes. Remember I said that O-ring was gonna be okay? Yeah, it's not okay. So now I'm gonna try to do some sketchy stuff to try to not lose all my coolant on the floor again, so I can actually just put it back in the system. All right, first I'm going to try to recover the coolant from here back into this thing. Definitely going to have some leak out. So I'm going to yoink this out and slip this right under this nozzle. Sounds like a good idea, right? Let's do it. Oh my God, it's working! It's so slow. There we go. It's slow because the system wasn't open. All right. Turn the hose upside down, I guess. I don't know. Yeah. No, that's not working. Okay. Put the hose back in here. All right. All right. Now on this side, I'm going to try to use this Ziploc bag to collect as much coolant as I can. I'm not sure what I'm doing here. When do I ever know what I'm doing, right? I don't know. Let's see. Oh no. You know what? That's not even worth saving. Oh, it might be. Ah! God, screw it. It's not worth saving. It's not worth saving! Here's the O-ring. Gonna pop this thing off. There it is. It's a little squashed. I don't know. Let me see if I have one of this size. I got a new O-ring. Let's get it in there. Once again, this is hard to show you, so
You know, this is what you do. You put the thing in the hole and somehow finagle this back in there. That was a huge pain, but I'm pretty sure it's not dripping anymore. It looks fine. Yeah, it's not dripping on this side either. I just topped it off. Get it to start the first go. Let's do it. Oh, make sure I'm not in gear. That's good. What's up with that? What's going on? All right, here we go. Everything's put back together, best to my knowledge, and I have the coolant filled up to full. Let's get it going. Here we go. Yeah. It's all wet because I just hosed it off. I spilled coolant and whatnot. That way I can clean it up. Now we have some reference point for if I'm leaking or not. As you can see, no white smoke or anything. I probably have to redo my heat shield now to start the fade. But give it a test drive. But driving a little bit now, I can see that the temp has gotten up to about 68 Celsius, and that's where it kind of stalls for a moment. That's where the thermostat opens. It starts cooling the stuff in the radiator. Therefore, that makes sense that the temperatures would hold there a little bit. It's gonna take a little bit before it goes up some more, and I'll update after that. So for now, it's been sitting at 68-ish for a little bit now. Let's see how high it goes. I've been driving about this speeds for a little bit now, for a prolonged period, about 5,000 RPM, a little bit like, what's that, 80 miles per hour or something like that, just going down the highway. The temperature's been sitting just right at somewhere between 88 and 91 Celsius. It's been sitting there for quite some time now. And I'm just kind of deliberately trying to go into higher revs than normal, because I usually don't go this fast, just to see what this is capable of. It's about 70-something degrees Fahrenheit outside today, so it's a nice test. And, you know, I think it's fixed. Let's go for a little bit more to see how much higher it can go. It's really good to see that the system can actually cool the engine down and cool the coolant and everything. That way everything stays cool. Alright, I got to the store now. I just pulled in, kind of sitting in the parking lot, seeing how this goes. There's definitely some creep up at idle. Let's see if my cooling fan's working. Yeah, the cooling fan's working. I feel it and I can hear it. It's really hot. Let's see how this goes. Oh, it's starting to drop already. Look at that. I guess the cooling system's working. Look, I'm excited. It's already 92. It's falling really fast. So, yeah. And look, the fan already turned off. That was fast. Usually it stays on for like 5 minutes. And look, it's still dropping. It's still dropping. Fan's not even on anymore. It's still getting cooler. Hey, no touching. You. No touching. Beep beep. Okay, I'll let you beep beep. You want to beep beep? You do it one time.
Beep beep.
Beep beep one time. You can do one time. Oh no. It's not working.
Yeah, working.
Uh-oh.
Baby, working.
Alright, well, Daddy has to fix that. Anyways, temperature stays around 90. With the OEM radiator, I mean, granted they're old and probably clogged.
Oh,
I would sit around like a few degrees higher. So at idle, it's about the same. Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. We'll have to go look at that.
not working.
Alright, Daddy will fix it, okay? Look at this. This is at idle with no cooling fan on. And it's able to cool itself down. Nice and easy. Oh, actually, no, yeah, the cooling fan was on. Never mind. Sorry. That was at idle with the cooling fan. Just sucked it down. The cooling fan is now shut off, and the temperatures are still dropping. It seems to be stable at about 88 Celsius, somewhere around there, even at idle. It is a little bit cooler than the original radiator, so I mean, I think everybody that has an AZ-1 that still has the original radiator in it, you should probably get this, especially if you guys live in the hot climates like I don't know, like Texas and Florida and stuff like that. And that's about where it settles. Alright, I guess that's it. So I've been driving around for a while. The car definitely was fine. You could definitely even see the temperatures fluctuate. I mean, my modern car does that. So this is the first time I've ever seen this fluctuate. That's where my thermostat opens, so it kind of makes sense that's where it's sitting for now. Just came over to the store to pick up some groceries. But the only issue I have right now is I changed too many things. I changed a thermostat that was bent and open, and I changed the whole radiator. So the thermostat opens earlier now, and my radiator has more rows than it used to be. So, and it's new. So I highly recommend getting a new radiator for your AZ-1 or any old K car, I guess, especially if you're gonna go track it, because 30 years later, I'm sure that thing is clogged. It has to have crap in it. So efficiency went from being as good as it could to just being okay, and that's not good enough for any track duty. So what caused my overheats? I don't know, just like my conspiracy theories. Probably was everything combined. All the little things, the thermostat, the radiator being clogged, the little leaking cap that I found a little bit later into this. What else? The bent air dam in the front. All the crap that was in the radiator. It could have been all those things combined together to cause these problems. It was probably the radiator though, and the cracked cap. Yeah, it's probably those two things. It seems like the F6A dual overhead cam in this is it's a pretty sturdy little motor. So, I mean, I don't know how badly I overheated it, but that looked pretty bad, and I still stupidly ran it for a little bit longer than I probably should have. And it looks like I dodged a head gasket bullet here. It still cost me a bunch of money, but it's at least it was a quick fix. Oh, by the way, this is also the Blackstone oil analysis for the oil that was in the car when it overheated. I changed the oil, I took a sample and sent it in, and you can take a look at it right here. So, thank you for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna go right back into track days and autocross days again. I think the next one's in October though, so that's a month away from now. I don't want to do a different track because I want to get used to one track to kind of learn all the stuff before I start going to new tracks to learn new stuff, right? Yeah, seems right. All right, thank you.